Hi guys, so we are in a little bit different of a location today because it was my kids both starting the first day of school. So I am at home and going to wait for them to get back from school. So I apologize if the sound is a little weird today because obviously I don't have my headphones because they're at the office. So for those who are just joining us, my name is Lauren Daly. I am the oil master behind AcuOils, and I wanted to bring this education to light because there's so many ways that you can use your oils, and that's any oils that you resonate with. I'm not brand specific, which I'll do a post on pretty soon because I think it's time to talk about why I'm not oil specific. But I like you to use the ones that you resonate with, the ones you have at home, or if you need help getting oils, I have different companies that I like. If you need help with that, you can always reach out. So, back to school series, as my kids are in school today, both of them. Yay. They really need the socialization, so that's the decision that I made on that. So let's talk about focus, because I know if you watched my video last week, I was a little squirrely, if you will. And that's kind of normal for me at times, especially whenever I get nervous being on camera. And yes, that does happen. So, I really wanted to talk about focus as we are dealing with a lot outside of school, but also in school, how we can better focus our mind to be able to get to the task at hand, or be able to finish our schoolwork, or be able to function in general without anxiety, without fear, without worrying about what we need to get done, things of that nature. So, without further ado, I do have some oils at home with me today. I might talk about a couple other options as well, and we'll go from there. So, and hopefully you can hear me, because that's how we roll today. Anyway, so the first one I want to talk about is In Tune. It's a doTERRA blend. It works very similar to In Touch, which is the Young Living version. Just put these to the side over here. I really like these, one because I know patchouli is a main note in this one, and patchouli helps keep you present, which means it helps ground you. It helps you to keep focused because you're grounded and not all up in your head, as we kind of talked about in previous videos. I think that's a great thing to have on hand, especially as we're working through being in school again or having remote learning again, and being able to figure it all out, in a sense. So, I know patchouli helps your mind be in the present moment and for you to be physically present, which we've talked about before, and that kind of helps calm your mind down because it helps ground that energy so you can focus a little bit better. Another one that I had on my list, and looking at my notes over here on my computer would not let me get online to go live, so we are on my phone. Roman chamomile reduces anxiety and promotes confidence. Vetiver, which we talked about, the oil of centering, keeping your center, keeping grounded in center, especially since it's a root oil. Promotes focus, concentration, and mental performance. If we're talking about mental performance, rosemary is a great one to invigorate the brain to get going. But it can also have that effect of being able to keep focused on the task at hand, whether that be a project, an assignment, or you're working through some emotional stuff, which happens whenever we can't keep our focus. We have so many hands and so many buckets, and sometimes that just makes us go a little crazy, go a little squirrely, if you will. So these are things that will kind of help that. Another one, there are a couple blends by Young Living that I really like that we tried out on my son as well. Genius is one of them. And I like this one because it kind of helps keep him focused. He has been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder and ADHD, so there are times where it's hard for him to focus, as with all of us, I think, at times. And so that one really helps him be able to stay in his mind without going crazy in his mind, if you know what I mean, and be able to really focus and finish something he starts. Another one is Reconnect, which helps you reconnect with the present moment, reconnect with your body, and reconnect to be able to do the things you need to do. So, and even Young Living on the Genius one, which we just talked about, it talks about creating a supportive environment for those concentrating on a task, which I know adults and children alike need that at times. Me included. So, some of the points that are really good for this one, stomach ache, like up in the crevice here, if you have widow's peak or you're losing your hair, you'll feel it right in here. 224 right here at the top of the forehead. And remember, these don't have to be exact. You're not an acupuncturist, you're not putting a needle there. This general location is going to work just fine, and it's going to get that same effect, which is the beauty of AcuOils, is the fact that you'll get the same effect as using a needle, if not more effect, by using the energetics of the oil itself. Another one is the gallbladder 20, which is on the back. 21's right here, but up here in the nape of the neck, or even if you just skip the nape of the neck, to kind of help that brain-body connection, so you can kind of keep yourself on the ground and keep yourself focused. Spleen 9 and stomach 40 is if you are just kind of fuzzy-headed or feeling out of it or not being able to fully connect. That's when I would definitely use reconnect or even in tune. And that is on the leg. Since I'm sitting, I'm going to sit up. So, on the leg, if you come up here, you'll feel like a tender spot. You can see it. But it's right by the knee. You come down from the knee over in this area in general. There's a couple points here. But intuitively, like poke around, you'll feel a tender spot, and that's a great place to put that oil. Stomach 40 is on the front of the leg. If you come about halfway up and one finger over, you'll feel a little tender spot, and that is stomach 40. And that is a great point to use this on as well, to kind of help that fuzzy head feeling. So you can really like clear what I like to call dampness, or, you know, feeling a little down, feeling a little out of it, maybe even a little tired. Those two are great points for that. Then 12, it's on the belly. In between, I would say the end of your ribs up here and your belly button, you'll come about halfway. And then on 12, remember this is not exact, and that's okay. And that's going to help with digestive support, because whenever we are talking about being able to focus, I'm going to come back down here. Boob shot, sorry. When we're talking about focus, a lot of times digestion really plays into that, because if we are not being able to digest things properly, our tummy's still off, which gives us anxiety, or we're farty and bloated because we had a foamy latte. You know what movie I'm quoting badly. You can like this. It's cool. But the main thing is you want to support your digestion so you can focus better on what you're actually working on and not on your digestion itself, and therefore creating more anxiety around that. So I think those are some great points to go over. The last one, to diminish overthinking, which is that being in your head anxiety, not being able to focus, would be swing 3 on the foot. And I think we went over that last week. Can you show you my foot? I swear these are hilarious just for this in itself. So you're coming down off the big toe, and it's right in that little divot there. And that's going to help you with the overthinking aspect. So you can actually put citrus oils there to kind of release stagnation that may be causing you some anxiety and help kind of ground you. So I would say in touch or in tune would be good for that point as well. So, yeah. So that is all I have for today. If you liked the information that I offered, you can feel free for my YouTubers to like, subscribe, comment. If you have questions in more detail on point location, feel free to reach out or comment on this post. And we will see you next week for immune support, which I'm kind of excited about, because I'm going to offer something for my educators that are out there, teachers and the like, because you guys need extra support, especially with your immune system, as we go back to school, and we haven't since March. So, I get it, and I want to help you. So, let me know how I can do that. Let me know how to support you. As always, I appreciate your guys' support. I appreciate you always tuning in and being able to watch me and my crazy self spill the knowledge on oils from an acupuncture perspective. And I hope this finds you well. So happy Monday, happy back to school if your kids are going back to school. And always reach out with questions. I'm here for you. If you are wanting a little bit more knowledge on what oils specifically you need to use for you and maybe not just focus, we can always schedule a session. You can let me know what oils you have, and I can give you some pointers on that. So we can set up a Zoom call, or I can set you up in the office if you're in Colorado. So much love, and we will see you again soon.